Hi everyone, welcome to End of the World Weekly. Let me tell you how this show works. I'm Newsbot 29000. I'm a robot from the post-apocalyptic future. I've been programmed to send these broadcasts into the past in hopes that you Earth humans can avoid all the calamities that led to the end of the world. Okay, got it? Good. So let me tell you about some of your current events and how they spiral out of control and bring about the apocalypse. Tuesday morning, a little boy living in the United Kingdom was attacked by an aggressive flock of seagulls. The hostile birds stole the kid's donut and cut his finger in the process. And once they got a taste of the child's blood, they were no longer interested in the donut. Angry about the Brexit outcome, the vicious attacks became commonplace until Parliament agreed to give the birds their own country so that they could try to patch things up with the rest of the continent and get back into the European Union. On Tuesday, California prosecutors charged two anti-abortion activists with 15 felonies for filming doctors in their offices without consent. The two activists were known for traveling around the U.S. convincing people that Planned Parenthood was in the business of just handing out so many abortions, even if you didn't want one, even if you weren't pregnant. These two were convinced that if you stepped inside a Planned Parenthood, it was to hand over 5 or 6 aborted fetuses. Like you were a fur trapper on the frontier, collecting your dead and only stopping in at base to rake in your cash. And these two dweebs thought that Planned Parenthood did, I don't know, sold them to their sinful liberal friends who ate them like delicacies? Why, yes, Bernard. The braised leeks were succulent, and the aborted fetuses you used made the dish simply delectable. And that brings us to our Alternative Facts of the Week segment. Let's get started. Alternative fact number 1. Elon Musk let slip details about his new company Neuralink this week. The company's objective was to integrate artificial intelligence directly into humans' brains with implants. And nothing ever went wrong with this technology, so I advise you to proceed without caution, full steam ahead. Alternative fact number 2. The Energy Department's Climate Office banned the phrase climate change on Tuesday, using the same "if I ignore it long enough, it'll go away" approach newly uninsured Americans were forced to take before dying of cancer. Alternative fact number 3. Continuing his post-presidential relaxation trend, this week Obama signed a modeling deal to be the new face of Wrangler jeans. Alternative fact number 4. A nationwide manhunt was underway this week as authorities desperately searched for Snap and Crackle after discovering the badly decomposing body of their brother Pop. Alternative fact number 5. On Thursday, Israel announced they would be building new settlements in the occupied West Bank for the first time in 20 years. One day later, Israel walked back that statement, saying that, out of consideration for the positions of President Trump, it would only be allowing construction within its existing settlements and limiting expansion into new territory. The considerations for President Trump were using one of Trump's fabulous construction companies to erect the new buildings so Trump wouldn't make a big stink about the situation. And that does it for this week's Alternative Facts. If you have any alternative facts you'd like to hear on the show, leave a comment below. On Wednesday, a North Carolina judge sentenced 3 men to public humiliation after they pleaded guilty to domestic abuse. The men had to stand outside the city's courthouse carrying signs that read, "This is the face of domestic violence," while wearing a backwards hat that screamed, "I like 2 things, fast cars and hitting women." One of the men sentenced said, "My friends now think I beat up on women, and I don't. I just beat up on this one woman. And I pleaded guilty so that I could carry the sign around for 7 days instead of going to jail for 150 days for beating on women." Another one of the men who pled guilty said, "It's pure hell, that's what it's like. It's a punishment, but it's not very effective," obviously implying that he had some big plans for his wife when he was finished with his sentence. Well, that does it for this week's episode of End of the World Weekly. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back again next week with a fresh new episode. Thanks again for watching. Bye!
Delicious.